of training for police officers amounts to hundreds of hours in areas such as the law and weapons training and police tactics. Well, now the Phoenix Police Department is teaming up with Barrow Neurological Institute to get new officers additional training in the area of crisis intervention, especially when it comes to dealing with someone with a traumatic brain injury.
From soldiers surviving the battlefield to athletes on the gridiron and victims of domestic violence, the number of traumatic brain injuries have spiked at an alarming rate.
We are seeing this as such a public health epidemic.
So for the last year, Ashley Bridwell from Barrow Neurological Institute has gone into the classroom to share with officers the cues that someone might have the symptoms of a brain injury, namely
having difficulty following instructions, having difficulty reading verbal cues and nonverbal cues, having difficulty with the chaos of a scene.
The goal of the additional crisis intervention training is to keep situations from escalating. But for officers on scene, it can be difficult.
They start getting, to that point where they're a little nervous about what's going to happen in this interaction and am I safe?
Adam Pepitone survived a gunshot wound. He teams up with Ashley to put one more tool in the officer's toolbox: patience.
Ask one question at a time kind of thing, slow down every process, just take your time.